Hello, hello, welcome. Okay, I'm gonna get this set up. You would think I've done this so many times that I should be ready, but I'm never ready. So here we go. Let's get it together, right? I hope everyone has had a beautiful day, wherever you are, night, day, night, whatever, right? All right, let's get this set up. Okay. All right. Let's see. Yes. Okay. Now we're going to talk about love, twin flames, soulmates, healing, all the things. Okay. Yes. Here we go. All right. Let's see. I need to have some music. Not that you can hear it. I can't share it much with you, but here we go. I got to find something. Make sure this is turned down. Here we go. Hi, friend. Yeah, listen, I love that glasses place. Like, it's amazing. How are you doing? Okay. I'm trying to, my ears are already ringing, so I don't know what that's about. Here we go. You know, I gotta have some tunes. I can't really have you guys hear it on the tube, but here we are. Okay. How are you? What are you doing? How's it going? What day is it? Tuesday? Good. Okay. We are gonna do love readings tonight. We'll let the cuckoo clock do her thing. What have you been up to today, friend? Okay. The universe spoils me constantly. Universe, show me how it gets better. I know, right? I know. I am signed up with some other places to hold some lives. And they're not in the works yet. Like, it hasn't launched yet. So I'm hoping that when all of that works out, you know, we'll have another space just for members, so that way we can do whatever we want, right? Hello, welcome. Yeah, you do. You need to get on that. You need to get that started. I mean, I feel like this week there's a lot of stuff going on. I've had a couple conversations with some people, and like, so they're readers and energetic people, and it's like everybody is going through it right now. Like, everybody's at that breaking point where, like, if something doesn't give, I'm giving up, right? And it's so, hello, welcome, so good to see you. Thank you so much. Listen, I love a good, a fun eyewear. But like, literally, like, I have been fighting my own negative thoughts today, and this is not me. Like, I'm usually like, okay, all right, guys, we'll do it. We'll figure it out today. I've been like struggling, but a couple other people I've talked to who are readers, they've been doing the same, you know? So anywho, Hannah, do you want to start with your reading, or do you want to like, do you want to go into a collective? What do you fancy? Yeah, that's probably not it. It's probably not at 6:05. Probably not going to, but thanks for letting me know. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so we had something surface, and we want to look at how we are going to like address you guys kill me. So we're going to figure out how we want to address anything. So remaining calm, you know, really listening to your divine wisdom, your inner wisdom. And there is something that there's a vulnerability here. Okay. So this card talks about like us having to like better our behavior, better our mind, better our thoughts. So again, it's resorting back to the healthy thought patterns, temperance. You know, when we are able to come to a situation with calm, we are able to better see things from a good perspective. But let's just take a look at it. So, all right, let's talk about like the wounds. What did this what surfaced? And then let's go into what their suggestion is going forward. It's an insecurity, okay? So you have like the eight, you know, your Ace of Pentacles. You know, when it's in the upright, it's all about security, stability, all the things, right? Hello, welcome. Thank you guys so much for being here. So when it's in the reverse, this is like there's an instability. There is like a feeling like you missed an opportunity, or an opportunity has missed you, kind of thing, right? It's like something fell out of your hands. Is it? I'm sorry. Is it getting better? Let me know. I'll wait just a second. Listen, it's been a lot of weird electronics. Okay. You know me and electronics right now. Like, I'm draining batteries left and right. Like, it's weird. Okay. Is it? Okay. Well, let me know if it gets bad. And if we need to, we'll shut it down and come back on. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like it'll get better. Okay. So with this particular one, you feel like you're at, I feel like you feel like you're trapped, you're blocked, right? And it's like, being that this is, you know, your eyes are kind of like, you don't know where you're going. Like, you were blindsided by what you saw today. But it also surfaced like there was an insecurity or a sense like you missed this opportunity, or this opportunity isn't coming in, right? Maybe you feel like there was time wasted, you know, there's part of that. Like, I've put all this time, this energy, this effort into one, healing, two, into this person, or into this, yeah. You invested a lot, right, into the past. And this has caused you to just kind of, it's brought back some kind of like, was it in vain kind of thing, you know? So they're asking you to keep looking forward, okay? Keep looking forward. I'm going to dive a little bit more into this though, but they want you to keep moving forward, keep expecting, sit in that expectation that your ships are coming in, and they want you to really work on calming those emotions, you know? So it's like, yeah, there's a storm around you, but we need to find that center. So we need to really sit, yeah, one step at a time. Exactly. Because, you know, the universe sees that you have been, you know, doing the work. You've been so resilient. You're persistently doing what you're supposed to do. But occasionally things arise. And there's another person I talked to the other day, and it was about sometimes right before a breakthrough, you're going to be revisited by feelings, emotions, situations, people from your past. And it's kind of to see where you are before this big breakthrough comes in, right? So you've come a long way, and your reaction today to everything that happened was 100% legit, you know? And it's kind of like, yes, and that's it. It's like you have this storm, and then it's going to calm back down into something else, wild and woolly probably. But honestly, you're so close to these wishes. Sit in that attitude of gratitude. Know that you fill your own cup. Yes, there are insecurities, you know. Yes, there are things where like, oh my God, I missed my opportunity. You know, where you're kind of like, you're replaying things in your mind and you feel like you missed that path. But they're here to tell you, like, you haven't missed that path, okay? It's opening. Sit in that expectation, you know? Keep doing the work. And yeah, it's hard, right? So let me see. I'm going to throw a couple cards about this situation and let's see what comes out, okay? And then they're leading me to another deck as well. Let's see. But I think it's like, it's a revisit. Like, where are you on your healing path? Yeah. So, one, oh no, this is a disaster. Hold on. I have to try and find that. Oh. I'm too old. Okay. So keep working on your happiness. Keep working on that emotional stability. Those are the two that came out. One flew that way. Because you're mastering this, right? Because also the 10 of Cups is emotional security, right? So there's a need just to kind of revisit that. What do they want you to do with it? So you're on the up, you're on the wheel is coming here, right? So there's change afoot, and you're overcoming this conflict. You're overcoming, and you know, the 5 of Swords can be like a rivalry, like this weird competition that you have with the other person, right? You're on the up and up of that. So you're like overcoming the feelings of competition and you're letting go. But you have to decide that, right? You're going to have to like live in your truth, knowing like, hey, I'm amazing. I'm a leader. I hold my happiness in my hands, regardless of what that other person says, does, or whatever. It honestly has nothing to do with you. You know, we have to learn to control our thoughts. We have to learn that we have more control over our mind than sometimes we realize, you know, because what you truly want is here. Like you're right there. These opportunities are coming in. You know, this Page of Pentacles, it's like you've been doing the work. You've been planning, you've been moving forward, you know, this new cycle in love is here. It's almost here. We just have to be open and ready when the opportunity strikes, you know? But yeah, cut all of the negative chit chat in your head out and just continue to move forward. Look forward. Okay, ground. They want you to ground. And it's like ground yourself before you react, right? Because like that Knight of Swords usually is a quick reactive energy. So it's like, acknowledge that something happened, acknowledged that this is going on, but center yourself. No, there is no competition. Like what we said last night, you know, in this 3D world where we are right now, in this earthly world where we are right now, things are not always what it seems. So, you know, the devil, the lower entities, the lower vibrations will play with our mind in order to create conflict within, because that's what pulls you back from where you are in your healing cycle. So we have to learn, like, hey, these opportunities are here. There is a path opening, you know, and the other side of this card is know your worth. You know, you came out of these clouds. Don't go back in, right? You came out of these clouds. You started understanding how much you truly are worth. And don't let somebody else's opinions or the fear of what people are doing or saying pull you back into that cloud. Because you're out here knowing your worth, knowing your value, loving yourself enough to get to this new path, right? So yeah. Look at you. Look at you, 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. Continue working. You're there. You know, you've got the past. Honey, almost there. Almost there. Almost there. So sometimes these moments arise for us just to see how we react. Where does our mind go when certain things happen? Yeah, it's just, you know, this is just part of that healing story. You know, this is kind of like, it was kind of like a checkpoint. Like, where are you? How are we doing? What do we need to work on? And really, like what I said to you earlier was like detachment from the situation, knowing that everything is going to work out in the way that it's meant to, how it's meant to, when it's meant to. And I'm telling you, today was a major checkpoint for me too. Like, I don't know, like I woke up and I was like, oh, you know, like my mindset was not my usual. And I've talked to probably 3 or 4 other people that, you know, we all work in like either energetic healing, reading, or things like that. And we all, hey, Craig, that's where, you know, we all just kind of woke up where we're like, and that's what I think. But you know, earlier, what was it the other day when I did like our collective read and we were talking about that breakthrough coming in? Well, this is that checkpoint before the breakthrough, before all the blessings, before all the good things, before the abundance, before, you know, this is our checkpoint. Where are you? Where are you on your journey? You know, so I think that's pretty much where you're at, because yeah, you've got the Hierophant here. You've got like a new contract or something coming in, you know, so let go of, you know, all that has fallen over, because look we're right here. You know, you're about to pick these cups up to celebrate. Okay. But today was that checkpoint. Are we going to stay staring at that spilt drink or are we going to turn around and celebrate? And that's where you are in your path. No. And that, I mean, that's huge in itself, right? Like you didn't let it ruin your day, but you're like, oh man, did that, what, you know? But the less you react in an emotional way just shows how much healing you've actually done, right? It shows you how much healing you've actually put in when you can. You love that 5 of Cups, don't you? I mean, it's a great card, but today when you were like, ugh, that happened. What do I need to work on? How about just knowing how far you came, your worth and your value that you have, and how far you've come. Like, let's look at this checkpoint as like, wow, I didn't react like I usually react. You know, like this, that's pretty big. That's pretty big. So let's use these checkpoints where things kind of look ominous, and let's use them as a way of gauging our healing and how far we've come. You know, the fact that, you know, you can have something happen and then you turn around and go, okay, great. So this is how I'm going to respond. You know, we're no longer like crying and, you know, devastated and like, oh my God, the world is over. No, we acknowledged it. We said it's painful, but it didn't break us. That's good, right? You came a long way. So I would say use this as a checkpoint. Continue doing what you're doing, because everything's like you're overcoming it all. It's just and you know, when we have to run in or see people that we don't necessarily like, it's difficult. Or you know that they're like looking at you. It's difficult, right? So keep doing what you're doing. I honestly, and it's kind of like everything I said to you earlier, it was just like it becomes less and less an issue, because you're like, I don't care. I don't care. Let me get a sip of my cacao. All right, kids. So tonight we're going to talk about love, right? We want to talk about love. We want to talk about soulmates. We want to see what's going on. Do you know? Yeah. And if you have questions, just message me. You know how to reach me. So let me find my bell. Here it is. Let's ring the bell before we get started. Okay. So if you have sound sensitivity, just turn your device or your volume down just a little bit. Okay. Okay. So they have me coming over here. Let's see. We're going to talk, let's just see, remember love. Okay, this is let's see, where do they want to go? It's a profound act of love to choose who you are going to be instead of living in response to who has hurt you and what has happened to you. To make your heart your divine responsibility to challenge yourself to get your heart as kind and as fiercely loving as possible. It is a profound act of courage to then share that heart with the world. I mean, kind of sounds like what we were just talking about, right? I mean, look how far you've come. Look how much love you've poured into yourself, and now you're pouring out into the world because you're able to share your heart. Even though you've had hurt, you've had disappointment, you've had challenges, but now you're still out here shining and sharing your heart and your light with others, right? So that's kind of beautiful. Let me bookmark that in case we need to come back. All right, so let's see. What do they want to talk about tonight? Let's hope it doesn't get too weird, right? Hello. Hi, Felicia. How are you? Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, let's talk about love. Let's talk about soulmates. Let's talk about, whatever needs to come out. Oh, bless you. Girl, you're doing amazing. Hello, Ryan. Oh, you guys, look who popped out. It's the bearded man. Let me get the vibe. All right, so this is talking health, specialist, finances. All is well when life goes well, okay? Now, 33, we're talking forgiveness. We're talking that heart, right? So let's see where this bearded man wants to go. Ooh, that came right out. Okay, give it your all for an all-out victory. So to me, this is like 33. Oh, let me look at this picture. There's something in the background here. There's butterflies in the background, kind of in the dark, okay? There's like a wilted flower. Oh, there's several butterflies. There's a star here. Lots of clouds. So we have somebody who is, I really feel like thinking. Uh-oh. Oh, bless it. We already got some craziness, huh? Okay, bless it. Thank you so much for taking care of that. So we have somebody who's thinking about, like, the clouds are parting for this person, and they're kind of thinking about like this transformation because things around them are not blooming. Okay, things are shattered, right? I know you do. That's why I'm just like, oh, whatever. I don't really get fazed by a lot, so but you have somebody who they're thinking about a transformation. There's some kind of clouds that are kind of parting. Okay, so this person could have been like some kind of confusion, illusion. They didn't know what they wanted, but now there's like all these butterflies around, and things are not blooming where they are. So if we're talking health and finances, maybe money's tight. Maybe they haven't been making really good, healthy decisions. Maybe this is health. Maybe this is mental health. Somebody's kind of in the dark, right? Because they're like, all is well when life goes well. So to me, it looks like this person, life isn't going well right now. There's something about forgiveness here. They want to come in, they want to give it their all. This is somebody who wants to put some kind of effort in. 39 here, that 12. So the 12th house can be about the past and ending. Somebody's really shattered, kind of like this, right? Looking back at the past, and now they want to come in for this forgiveness to give it their all. Okay, so let's see. Interesting. Okay, and you know what they're looking at? They're looking at you. And you know how I said this is like pictures? They're like looking at pictures. This is like, they're looking at you. They're looking at pictures of you. Look at how you're like framed here, right? They're looking at pictures of you. They see you happy. They see you open to all of the abundance that's raining down on you, right? And I mean, can you imagine? And I mean, you all have been there, because if you like go looking at your other person's page that you haven't talked to in a while, or, you know, you see something like you did, you're like, oh my God, are they happy? Like, I'm miserable. I'm living in this cloud. I'm completely shattered. And look at them, surrounded by abundance. Abundance is just falling, right? Listen, time frame is not, you know, time. The way we always talk about it is more like divine timing, and everybody's on different timelines. It's hard to say, because where are you on your healing journey? Where is this person on their healing journey? We can give you roundabouts if you do like a personal and things like that, but I will tell you, it's more, I'm not like, I am an intuitive reader, so I'm going to read what's in the energy. I'm not going to be able to like give you a pinpoint on time, you know, because we all have free will, you know. But the thing is this person is looking at you and they see you happy. And what they also are seeing, like how pure your heart is, you know. So you have somebody who wants to come back in, who may want forgiveness or to apologize, or maybe they think you need to forgive or apologize. You know, I don't know. There's forgiveness here, but they're shattered by what happened. Again, lots of butterflies. So there is a major change going on. Yeah, they're releasing something. Fear does not prevent danger, so at least allow yourself to breathe. Look. Somebody's very fearful of approaching you, okay? I mean, they look at you and they're like, oh, look at how divine that woman looks with her halo, you know? Like, this person is looking at you from a very dark place, and they just see you shining. They see you glowing, and this is why they're like completely shattered. But they are looking at you as divine. I mean, it says that they are looking at you as divine. You embody love to this person. You have a very divine, gracious heart, right? So 25, this is somebody, this is the 7th house. This is about partnerships. So they are thinking this is somebody from your past, you know. And they're looking at you. They're reading your old letters. They're doing all the things, right? They want to come in, and there's something about them wanting to come in and be vulnerable with you. All right, let me move this real quick. I'm not on my desk. Hi, friend, you're never late. Don't worry, we just got started. So we have somebody who's looking at you. We have somebody reading your old messages, looking at you. They think you're living your best life. Like, you're so happy. You've gone through like this major glow up. Okay. They are looking at you as like this divine being, right? Where do they want to go here? Okay. So let's talk about this health specialist and finances. All is well when life goes well. To me, you know, it's just that I just heard tower. Somebody's going through it right now. That's why there's so much darkness around them. Things are falling around this person. So how can they, yeah. Somebody doesn't want to put something to rest. Okay. Somebody, they don't feel like they can rise to the occasion here. And this is definitely somebody who is watching you, looking at you, focused on you. Twin flame, soul connection, soul contract, right? Maybe they feel like, and you may or may not be, but this person could be looking at it that way, right? Like that you're their twin, or there's a very spiritual side to this. This person thinks that you guys would complement each other. And again, you know what's funny is like they're showing the yin and the yang, right? And I'm saying, like, this person's showing up in the dark and you're showing up in the light. How funny is that, right? So you guys right now are at polar opposites. You know, this person is going through it while you're coming out and glowing, right? They don't want to run anymore. This is somebody who used to run from you in the past. This is somebody who has a fear of relationships and intimacy. You know, they let their ego get in the way in the past, and now they don't want to run anymore. And I feel like whatever's going on over here where their world seems to be kind of dark, it's causing them to go within. It's causing them to really reflect on what happened, you know. And I think, you know, they've kept a good eye on you, because if they've watched this and seen you and look at you now like you're glowing, they would have watched you when you were in this darkness all the way up till now, and they're wondering how you did this, right? Yeah, somebody who does, they want to reach out. This is somebody who, you know, wants to maybe take you out, go out on a date. Somebody wants to see you. Okay, they're hoping that you are welcoming to this, because this is falling on welcome, you know. So I feel like they hope that you welcome this message or this communication. Okay, so if something happened at work, right? You know, whether maybe you know, you guys didn't work out because there's a workplace thing, or maybe this person just was really flirty with a lot of people, like a lot of third-party interference. This is no more. Okay, so this came in the reverse. So maybe they want to let you know, like, hey, that third party's gone, that karmic situation's over, you know, I have unconditional love for you. So yeah, they really, this person could be traveling towards you with this boat energy. Okay, this person could be, they're working on moving on and closing up whatever this cycle is. They definitely realize, like, they were very narcissistic. Things were very one-sided in the past, and they did not show you love. Okay, so let's see where they want to go. Bless it. That little bearded man. Sorry, I had to get my cacao. Thank you. Where you want to get over? Yes. All right, let's do it. All right, so let's talk about this man who's in the clouds watching you. Bless it. So, oh. Communication, friends. All right, so you've got Mercury energy. All right, so this is somebody, one, who they're thinking a lot. They're in their mind. They're thinking like, I either need to travel to this person, or I need to reach out, I need to call, I need to text, I need to whatever, right? Mercury energy is Virgo and Gemini. Virgos are planners. So this person could be really thinking about, like, how am I going to do this? Do I reach out on social media? Am I blocked? Like, there's a lot of questions that this person has. So this is why I'm telling you, for some of you, you may end up with somebody coming in and it's going to be like a surprise visit. They'll show up at your door because they're like, I don't know if I'm blocked, but we need to talk. You know, this is somebody who's planning, but they're trying to get their head on right, because they're in the clouds right now. They're working up the courage. This person's self-esteem was, I feel like their confidence is kind of shot. Oh, can I say that? Probably not. It's kind of bothered. Just got myself canceled on here too. So I feel like this person, whatever went on in this previous situation, or what has caused them to be in this dark space right now, really, their confidence, their courage took a hit. Okay. And this is why I think there's so much in their head. Yeah. So it does have something to do with the past here. You know, this is somebody who looks at you as home, but this is definitely, you have a past with this person. Lots of Cancerian energy there. They're trying to figure out, how do I make this happen? They're very focused right now. Magician can be focused on trying to communicate, focused on being determined to make some kind of action. They're realizing, like, they can do this. You know, they have the ability, they have the tools to make this happen. And you know what's funny? I don't think I've ever really paid attention, but on this card, like, he has a blue bird, you know, on the chest there, right? So Bluebirds, I'm pretty sure bluebirds are usually indicative of like abundance, right? Or like luck or something like that. So I feel like this person is like gearing themselves up, like trying to like make themselves feel like this is going to work out, you know, kind of like fake themselves out, you know, because it's like they're doing the most here to like feel like they can make this happen. You know what I'm saying? Hi, Carmen. Oh no. What? Oh my goodness. Carmen, I'm sorry. I'm sorry life is going crazy. Yes, and you deserve a lot. But yeah. Oh, listen, honey. Today's been a bad day for a lot of people. We were just talking about this, right? This is like the storm before this major breakthrough. Okay, so we are all, there's a lot of testing going on in the universe. Like, where are you on your healing journey? Can I move you to the next phase? You know, so as long as you continue to love yourself and hold yourself in that space, you can move forward. Acknowledge where you are, but release it. Release it. Because you deserve more. So you have somebody who is being divinely led to come to you. That's why, like, you're like showing up in this like goddess energy, like the light is around you. Like, I think this person is just like the light is focused on you, right? They want to come in, they want to tell you, like, I've learned my lessons. I have, there's been a lot of, this person is feeling like they've learned, they've gotten a lot of wisdom. They've gotten a lot of wisdom from this past experience. Yeah, they want to come in, they want to tell you they're transforming. Like, and to me, like, looking at that card, it's a lot of green. So it's like their heart space. They've had a change of heart. This person is going through a major metamorphosis here. And again, with that yellow, I feel like they know that they see that they need to step into their power. And they want to go through a glow up too, honey. Look at that sparkle. You have somebody who is, I feel like this right here, like they are sitting here just like watching everything crumble and fall. And they're, I feel like they're just like, they saw it coming. Because the clouds are not like, it's not like fully cloudy. Like they kind of saw this coming. Bless it. But they stayed. They stayed in the darkness. They stayed in this atmosphere, this environment that wasn't thriving. And it could be out of comfort, right? But this person does. Like, they're realizing I need to make better choices in my life. All right, let me pull out some tarot on this. Interesting. Where do we want to go? That one? This one. Okay. Let's see. All right, so you have, somebody wants balance. I mean, this person really does look at you as this, like, like an earth angel or something. You are this person's calm. Like, when I say, like, you're this person feels at home with you. There is somebody here that is looking at your pictures, rereading your words, brings them a sense of peace and a sense of calm amongst the storm that they're going through right now. Like, this is somebody who, you're off in the distance here, shining your bright light. And when they see that, it's like they automatically, it brings them that sense of balance and peace. There's something about your energy really bringing healing to this person. And they're seeking that balance again. The Temperance card also talks about things in moderation, right? So if this person, they were doing something to excess, with that first card being health, specialist, finances, there's things that have gone on, that things were done in excess. And now they're like, I realize I need to reel that in. You know, otherwise I'm never going to overcome this mountain. I'm never going to get to that bright, shiny light, you know? Interesting. Interesting. What else do they want to tell you? Yeah. You are this person's shining light, honestly. Look at this. Star energy, okay? So you have somebody here that it's your light that's bringing this person. It's your light that is bringing this person, giving this person hope and inspiration. You know, this is somebody who is probably sitting in the energy of hopelessness right now, in that dark cloud that they're in. This is somebody who has a lot of negativity, a lot of despair, a lot of just lack right now, right? This is somebody who lacks faith, who lacks hope. And again, when they either look at you online, reread your messages, or just replay conversations and things in their own mind, it brings them a sense of hope. It brings them a sense of positivity. Like there's a whole feeling of, okay, we can bring this back, right? I don't want to run anymore. Like you're looking at somebody who doesn't want to run. They feel this soul connection. Interesting. Interesting. Look, you got the magician, clarifying the magician here, okay? Yeah, you've got somebody who knows that it's within their power to make this happen, but they have to stand up and they have to do it. They have to communicate. They have to move forward. You know, they can't sit in the energy of negativity and loss and, you know, and hope for a better result. But they can pull this off. You know, they have a lot of, I want to say, like, this person definitely is trying to manifest you back into their life, right? They're thinking a lot about this, you know, and it is, but they have to take that action. This person has to take that action. And they're realizing that, you know, they got to put the work in. This person has to put the work in. They see that you invested a lot of time, and now look at all your pentacles growing, you know, and now they're here. They're like, oh, I got to catch up, you know, and this is that. It's like they realize, okay, I have some work to do. And this is where they're going to come in and tell you, like, hey, I learned a lot of lessons. I gained a lot of wisdom by these experiences. You know, I'm changing my ways. I'm choosing better. I'm choosing better for myself. I'm choosing better for you. And they're looking at you as, you know, look at you. You have your life together. You have your life together. You know, they want that. They want that for themselves. I feel like this person also wants this, because you're embodying the air of like independence, stability, security, and where they are right now, they're pretty close to bottom, right? And then they looking at you like, okay, yeah, it's me. I'm covered in pentacles and golden light. You know, you're making it happen for yourself. That's what they want. They don't want to fight anymore. They want to be on this ride with you, right? So let's see what they want to tell you. Let me get a sip of my cacao. All right. So okay, a love like hers. And he couldn't forget about her either, because deep down he knew he'd never find another love like hers. That's what I'm telling you. Like, this person is sitting here thinking about you. I'm never going to find anyone like you. This is why they're completely shattered. They're completely in the dark. A love like hers? Like, are you kidding me? I'll take a picture of that and put it in I'll put a post there. And I couldn't forget about her either, because deep down he knew he'd never find another love like hers. And that's where this person is. This person realizes, like, somebody thinks that they lost the chance with you. And it's so funny because I actually heard that somewhere today. What was it? It was somebody it was like a story. Somebody was talking about something and they're like lost like the love of their life. And I was like, oh God, that's what that reading is going to be about tonight. I can feel it. right, let me find a little bookmark here. I'll mark that. But yeah, you have somebody that really feels like they lost and they don't know if they're ever going to get you back. Okay, let's look at this journey. Okay. Let's see where we are. And then I'm going to clean this up a little bit and find out, like, what does this person want to tell you? But let's see what this one wants. We'll do this and then I'll do the other one. Yeah. We're talking about a divine masculine here. Okay. So you have somebody waking up. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is like tower moment. This is like dark night of a soul. Like, somebody is sitting in it. And, you know, in order for you to spiritually ascend, you have to, that ego, that life that you knew has to go away. You know, for this person to fully ascend and come into this, you know, into the same vibration that you are, this person's life, it has to shatter, because they were living so egotistically, right? And that's not where you are. But this person, they're definitely going through it. So I feel like this is unification. So somebody is really thinking about this union, and coming into alignment would mean abundance, right? But abundance, especially in a spiritual sense, isn't just wealth. It's feeling secure, feeling stable, feeling, you know, light, lots of laughter, lots of joy, like all the things that would make you feel like you have a good life, right? So this person, again, it's like they're thinking about this. Like, if we were to come together, if we were to reunite, would we align? Would this all align and lead us to abundance? You know, I'm telling you, this person's struggling. And again, like, this is so dark, and then your side is so light. This person they've been working on, or they're now realizing they have this abandonment wound. They're trying to cut these. They're trying to work through this. They're hoping that you forgive them, but they are realizing, like, they've had some abandonment wounds. And, you know, this has caused them a lot of pain throughout the years. Like, this is not just, you know, one thing. They've been tied to this kind of emotional turmoil for a long time. They're trying to break through this. So they are working through some kind of abandonment wound. And, you know, I'm sure when things fell apart with this person for you, you had to work through this too. You probably realized, you know what? I have abandonment wounds, you know, like, oh my God, is that why I'm such a people pleaser? You know, like, all of a sudden you're like, wow, I had no idea, right? And then you go back through your life and you're like, holy cow, look at all this. This is why I have these wounds, you know? But this person's realizing, like, there's a need. And I do think it's a time to forgive, but it's one, they want forgiveness from you, but I think this person is realizing they have to let go. They've got to cut cords. They have to forgive themselves in the past. You know, because holding on to that resentment, holding on to that guilt, holding on to whatever it is, right, from the past is just going to keep them there. So yeah, they're changing their perception. You know, they're realizing, like, I need to see things from a different perspective, because me sitting where I am, this is where I am. Darkness. If I stay here, that's where it ends. They have to see beyond the illusion. The illusion is this fear. The illusion is this, I have nowhere to go. I have been abandoned. That's an illusion. But you don't work through that immediately. It takes a minute, right? And it's so funny because life is so full of illusions. And not everybody wakes up to this, right? And that's a wild thought, but majority of the world stays in the illusion. They stay in the fear. They stay in things that, you know, they've been taught and told. Nobody questions it. And then it's the few people that decide to want different. You know, they want to break through the mold. They want to break through, you know, this darkness, these clouds, like things just are not where they want them to be. So you see this person is, again, six, you know, this is the sixth house. This is somebody who is choosing better for themselves, choosing better paths, choosing to see things from a healthier standpoint. But it took them hitting this dark period, right? Oh, okay. Oh, you guys, if you haven't already, highly recommend, I think I posted it the other day, the violet flame. You know, this is with your angels, right? To really work at releasing, at helping you to alchemize all of that that's within you, like all these cords and all of this, you know, negativity, helping you to really work through all of that. So if you haven't, it's going to help you remember who you are and realize that you can do this. You can put the mask down, but you can call in. I think I have, let me look in my angel prayer book after, the angels of the violet flame. You can ask them to help you kind of work through this energy, right? This guilt or this remorse or this, all the things that you need to release in order for you to step into your true self. And you can also, I mean, I personally, I think you can ask your angels to do just about anything, right? So if you want to send love and light and ask the violet flame to help the situation in general for the two of you, I don't see a problem with that. You know, your angels want to help, but you have to ask for it. Yeah, I do feel like your person is putting the signs together, you know, and that's the other side. Like when you start waking up to there being more in the world, you start reading signs, symbols, synchronicities. And I do feel like your person is starting that as well. It is leading them to this partnership, this coming together with you, right? Follow the signs. This person, their third eye is open. Like their intuition's like, what does that mean? Do I need to look that up? Why am I seeing these repeating numbers? What is going on? But you do have somebody that is, I feel like if they're not in a dark night of a soul right now, they recently have been. And this is what's causing them to kind of wake up. Yeah, they see that you have this expanded consciousness, right? That you are aware, you have a higher awareness. And they're also looking at you as this gift. You know, that was the gift that, you know, you were handed to this person. You were a gift from the divine to help them transform. And maybe at the time, like they didn't understand any of this. And now they're looking at it and they're like, wow. Because to me, like looking at this is like that Ace of Cups moment, right? That Ace of Cups, that's like new beginnings in love. This is pure, you know, pure love, pure feelings. And they're realizing this, like you were the one that embodied that for this person. You were given to this person to help pretty much transform their heart, you know? And I think they're now looking at it in that way. Yeah, this person wants growth. They're working on aligning things. What I say, dark night of a soul. Yeah, they're going through it right now. But the thing is through that darkness, you find that peace within. You know, through that darkness, you start to realize who you are and what you are meant to do. That mask falls because you have nothing left to hide behind. So you're now going through it, but eventually you find this beautiful peace within. You know, when you just surrender, you let it go. You're not shouldering that weight by yourself. Yeah. So I'm gonna clean this up for a second, and then we'll just kind of dive in. Like, what does this person want to tell you? What kind of wounds are we working with? What do we need to work on? That kind of thing. Like, let's kind of look at this. Let's see. Interesting. You know, and you hate to say, that dark night of a soul is rough. Okay, like we don't wish that on people, but at the same time, you know that they're going to come out the other side much different. So when you do come back into contact with your person after they've healed or been working on their healing, things are going to be different. I mean, that dug night of his soul. Blah. Awakening to things is hard, you know, and you're like, oh my God. But it's necessary. Otherwise, we just live blind. Okay, let's see. Let me get some of this cacao again. Okay. All right, this deck. This deck. Okay. Start here. All right, you got it. Yeah, I do feel like this person is definitely looking at things in a different light. So, what wounds? What's the healing things going on over there? Or where are we with this person? Where's this person in their healing journey? Where is this person in the healing journey? Okay. Yeah, there's been some endings here. Okay, so if they were in some kind of happy home, happy family, you know, this is, you know, there's been some kind of falling apart. They're unhappy. They could be going through some conflicts at home, some disharmony. And if they weren't living with this person feels very isolated, you know, even if they didn't live with them, there's an isolation here because there was an ending. Okay, so we have them, and I'm getting more isolation. They're starting to realize, like, I did not listen to my intuition. Their intuition was telling them all along, you know. It could be that the person that they were with had hidden motives, or this is somebody who just, you know, manipulated, highly manipulative, right? Yes, thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you. Yeah, this person this is all happening very quickly. Okay, with this Eight of Wands energy, there is things happening very quickly around this person. And I think that's why it's kind of caused them to, like, a tower, right? Like, it's a full on, yeah, they're realizing things have been illuminated. You know, what they want, where they want to go, what truly makes them happy, because they're sitting in a very dark space. So this is somebody who is, you know, the Sun card, I'm also, because it has like a little child on there, I'm thinking like this person is realizing like a lot of the wounds that they are dealing with stemmed from childhood, stemmed from the past, stemmed from, like, you know, adolescence, you know, or something like that. But they're realizing, like, if I want this true love, yeah, say hello when you come in. Thank you so much. This person is realizing, if I want this pure love, if I want this love that is sent to me from the divine, you know, I need to work on finding that happiness and that joy within. Because if I'm not happy with myself, I'm not going to be happy with anybody, right? So you have somebody who is looking and realizing, like, they want to make peace. They want that peace. They want that harmony. They want to feel like that love poured into them. This person is like, I'm telling you, like, my heart is just like heavy. So whatever is going on with your person, you know, they're definitely going through some kind of awakening here, realizing past what they want. Yeah, because they're looking at you. They're looking at you. You're the type of person that would nurture this person. You would be the type of person that could bring this person back to life, right? You have and it's not just beauty on the outside, but it's also, this person has never met anyone like you. They didn't know how to handle this. You have a way about you that was just so loving and so caring and so nurturing. It scared them. You know, they are now realizing there was a lot of growth. There was a lot of potential with you. You know, this person is, I'm telling you, this person is looking at you like you're wearing a freaking crown, right? Like you're wearing a crown. Everybody who came out earlier all had crowns on, you know, and it's like, They really are. And look, there's like that one tree that's really green while the other ones look like they're not. That's you, you know, flourishing. So they're holding you to this specific standard, right? And they're realizing there was so much growth and potential with you, but they let that go for manipulation. I forget the cuckoo clock's here. Oh, she's about to go again, I'm sure. So hold on now. Yeah. This person did. They chose either friends, a party lifestyle, a third party. You know, there was something that they chose over this divine love. And that's, now they're realizing, like, I want to come forward. I have to follow my heart. You know, they want to defend themselves. They want to comment and they want to stand up for themselves. And like, they're trying to work up this courage to take the lead here, to be the boss that you were meant to be, you know, to be the emperor to your empress. But it is taking a minute. What they need to work on is emotional balance. You know, this is somebody who has to be very diplomatic in how they approach things. You know, I feel like whoever this is could have been a little bit hot-tempered. This person was not emotionally regulated, and I think that's what caused a lot of problems, was they didn't know how to regulate how they felt. This person didn't know how to handle somebody who honestly loved them unconditionally. And now it's like they're realizing, I have to come to this with emotional maturity that they didn't show you before. Okay, so wait till I was gonna say, what do they want to work? What do they want? A new beginning. I do think that this person feels like they were very foolish. Yeah, this person wants to, they want to plan. They're planning. This person is looking ahead. You know, they're like, okay, how do I overcome those mountains? How do I overcome those obstacles? This is somebody who is looking at you as a partner, you know, and they are realizing they are. There she is. This is somebody who's realizing, like, I'm ready. You know, I want to leave behind what I thought I wanted. This person realized, like, that was a risk they shouldn't have taken. But it's like they're gathering their thoughts, and like the only thing that they're focused on is you. You literally hold, you know, this is them holding you in their hand. They think you're the world right now. They are so incredibly focused. Yeah, they want this. I know that clock, right? You're gonna miss it when I'm not here. But yeah, they're very focused on finding this security. They have a truth to say. Tower. Okay, but let's see. What else do they want to tell you? Let's see where you guys are on your journey, though. Okay, so your person is dealing with inner child, abandonment, fear, needing to step into their personal power. But you guys, what do you guys need to, where are you right now? Waiting for the win, basically. You're sitting there like, I'm ready. I've been doing so much work. Yeah. Okay, so right now, you know, you guys are like actually in a really good position. You know, you're taking charge of what you need to take charge of. You're sitting in the essence of confidence. You know, people are very drawn to you. You have this energy about you that is very commanding and magnetic. You know, and I do think like this is part of the reason why you have this person looking at you so heavily. You know, like, I hold my own happiness in my own hands. You know, I don't need you. I don't need, you know, you're sitting in that very independent energy, you know, and it's alluring. And that's why they're like, oh, yeah. Now, you are also in the energy of justice, you know, and with this, it's like, you're not going, I mean, look at that sword, okay? I think that sword's even bigger than the Queen of Sword. You know, with justice, you're like, honey, you better come truthful. You better come honest. Okay. I'm not accepting less. I mean, you were like, you're going to hold this person accountable. And I mean, as you should, you know, but you are sitting in this confident energy. You are sitting in that energy of like, take it or leave it. But you're also like, if you're sitting in justice, you also come to things very balanced and fair. You know, you're going to hold yourself accountable as much as you're going to hold that other person accountable, right? But honey, that sword's big. Okay, that can take it or leave it, you know? Yeah. And why are you like this? Because you've gone through it. Just like they're going through it right now, you have already gone through this. You know, you had to pick yourself up. You didn't have you to come in and, you know, like this person's coming to you to help them come in from out the cold, but this person literally left you there. They left you. You've had this moment of feeling abandoned. You had the moment of feeling isolated. You had the moment of struggles and feeling like you were not worthy or enough. You know, you, especially with pentacles, you know, that's energetic just as much as it is, you know, financial. It knocked the wind out of your sails. Like this was a very difficult thing for you to overcome. And that is why you're able to come to this with this justice energy. Like you want balance, you want fairness. You're going to hold yourself accountable as much as you're going to hold them, but you're also, you've come up from this Five of Pentacles energy. You know that I'm thinking too in the, oh my God, I forgot the dog was here. I was like, what is that? It's my parents' dog. Oh, bless it. Yeah, you're gonna hold this person accountable because there is a sense of, you know, there was a hardship here, but you're also open to helping and supporting this person, right? I forgot. My dog is with my son, so I forgot. Damn it. Sometimes I forget what I'm doing. I'm telling you, the energy is weird. Oh, what do we got here? Okay, so your energy right now, for some of you, you really are, and we just talked about this. You know, we're sitting in that Nine of Swords energy. For some of you, you really are at like a breaking point for things, right? And it's just what we talked about earlier. You know, fear, anxiety, worry, you know, all of this starts coming in right before that blessing, right before the breakthrough. It's like you get to a point where you're like, I'm not going back there. I'm not doing that. What, you know, you start really allowing that fear and anxiety to come in. So this is just a reminder for you, like, okay, take a deep breath, center. We release the anxiety and we embrace the fact that we know we have that peace within. Because honestly, honey, that's where you're sitting right now. Okay. But sometimes things happen and it could just be triggered. And honestly, because you guys are dealing with like twin flames and soul connections, you can be picking up on this other person's energy and it causes you to push into that as well. So I would say with this, like, if ever you get stressed, we calm ourselves down, we center before we react, because you've already done, you know, you've gone through all of this, you know. But yeah, look, it's that anxiety before the breakthrough. So just know, you guys honestly are sitting in a beautiful position. You have this, you know, this courage. You're coming to this with a very clear mind and a very balanced mind, you know, because you've gone through it. And all you really want is this truth and clarity, right? Now, what is this person? Yeah, this person got love on the mind. All they can think about is this gosh darn Ace of Cups, right? But they're feeling very disempowered. You have somebody who knows they've been manipulative towards you. there were things that happened in the past that, you know, there was deception here, and that's what you're holding them accountable for. They're coming in with this Ace of Cups. They want to offer you this, right? They're coming in with pure intention, but the Justice is here because there has been something in the past that they feel a little guilty about, right? This is somebody who realizes there's deception here. I wasn't truly forthright with you. I wasn't truly honest with you. God, these just keep spinning. But they are going to tell you about a breakup, honey, okay? They're going to tell you, you know, there was conflict. There was, you know, all this stuff. You know, I do feel too with that Three of Pentacles energy, this is somebody who realized, you know, you kind of did this alone. You know, you pushed through. You're like, I don't need anybody. I don't need your help. I'm going to figure it out on my own. And maybe this is what they're also realizing too, right? They watched you outside in the cold, did nothing for you. And then they saw how independent you truly are. You know, especially with this Three of Pentacles energy. That's a very independent energy. But yeah, they're also very worried about how you feel about the past. You know, they're hoping that you will forgive them. You know, this is that balance. This is that harmony. But I do, yeah, they want to work on it. You know, they're working on this. So there is something that they're coming clean about. There's going to be a truthful conversation. There's a lot of swords out here, honey. Okay, lots of them. So there are things that need to be spoken about. But this person is coming forward with pure intentions. You know, anything else you need to say? Yeah. Now, for you, I would just say, you know, protect your energy. Stand up for what you need to stand up for. I do think that this person is going to come in maybe a little defensive. You know, we're talking about somebody who has not, they're not as far along in the healing journey as you. So they may be a little defensive. Hear them out. You know, sit in the energy of justice. Hear it out. Allow them to speak their truth. You know, allow them to speak their truth because they want to offer you this. This person is being led by their heart right now, okay? So, go back in there. Get back in there. Interesting energy. I will say, though, the energy is weird today. Like, it feels like everybody's at this breaking point. We're all at that Nine of Swords energy. We're like, oh, my God, I'm so stressed out. Whereas yesterday, we're like, oh, my God, the energy is amazing. Today, we're like, oh my God, what happened? But, you know, we're saying goodbye to a lot of, you know, things from our past. We are letting go of a lot of cycles right now, you know, and I think it's like everybody woke up this morning like, what happened? Yesterday we're like manifesting. Yes. Oh my God, my life is amazing. Today we're like, what happened? It's true though. Yeah, we got to sit in the attitude of gratitude, kids. We got to learn how to pour our own happiness in our own cups, you know. But Nine of Cups, you know, your wishes are coming true. But we have to release. Like, and I do think, like, these have been long karmic cycles. So, of course, they're going to, like, come out and then be like, oh my God, did I handle that or did I not? Like, how am I responding to this? And I think, guys, I think we passed the test, though. I think we passed the test. We're going to move on to the next chapter, but today was a kicker. I mean, I'm telling you, like, I can't tell you how many people messaged me today, and they're like, what's in the energy? And I'm like, probably something bad. Something no good. Oh, my God. Oh, they were leading me over here. I mean, it's so funny. I mean, when the energy shifts, it shifts, honey. Like, you're like, oh, I just see that coming. Last night, I was so excited. So this morning, I'm wondering why I'm even here. Oh, my gosh. Okay. What is this? We got a little Miley Cyrus going. Hold on. Hold on. Adore you. I'm telling you, somebody is like, they are thinking hard about you. They're like, oh my God, how do I do this? I laugh because it's true. Oh my God, you guys. Okay. Where do you guys want to go? What do you guys want to talk about? Oh my goodness. I'm all sniffly tonight. All right, so we've got mystery, creativity, coworkers. You want to talk about coworkers? What's going on with your coworkers, Kraigers? What's happening? Got a little disruption? People not seeing eye to eye? What's happening with your coworkers? Bless them. I never really see my coworkers that much. Somebody needs to follow their passion. There's been a lot of pain. Your coworkers are ghosting you? What? I think that's what my coworkers say about me. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, somebody's sad. Somebody's sad. Okay. So we have hot potatoing. Bless it. That sounds crazy. Listen, I think my coworkers, they have no idea what to think about me. I'm gonna be honest with you. They never know if I'm coming or going, what I'm doing. Half the time, most of them just walk by my room because I'm sure they don't even know how to address anything that happens in my room. So I just am there. But anywho, back to you. Okay, listen. I'm sure they're probably like, that Rebecca. Good. Thank God she's only here 2 days a week. All right, so I'm looking at this. We have passion. Okay. Pain, death, sadness, and faith. Okay, so to me, like passion, there's something pulling somebody. Okay, they're being led by like their gut. You know, there's been some kind of pain, there's been some kind of ending that really made somebody sad, but now they're coming in like holding on to faith. Maybe they're praying, maybe they're manifesting, maybe they're, you know, I don't know. Let's see where this is going. Let's see where this is going. Let's take this. Okay. What is this? You know, it's probably your person, let's just say, or maybe it's you, right? You are following your passions right now. You're creating things through passion and pain and endings. You know, what made you sad, you're creating something with it. But yeah, it's like whatever you're creating things out of, you know, this passion and pain. You know, what caused you pain is like you're passionately moving forward and increasing. You know, and I think Hannah, you and I talked about this earlier. We can alchemize our pain, our sadness, you know, all of these trials, these tribulations, right? By creating something, you know, leveling up, gaining things, you know. But to me, it's not just that. It's like this passion is a very creative card. It's that sacral, you know, and your sacral chakra talks a lot about creativity, and it's creating through pain is how you end up leveling up, right? So you're working through this in a positive way. So whatever this pain, whatever this ending was, whatever this sadness is, you know, you're ending up, yeah, I mean, it can be you know, you dealing with multiple people that turn their backs on you. It can be, you know, maybe you had some kind of copycat energy. Maybe you had some kind of like somebody who just side-eyed you a lot, you know. So this can be coworkers. It doesn't have to be love, but you're moving up, you're leveling up by doing something productive with this. Now, they are saying something about fear. What are they saying about fear? For some people, okay. So for some people, if you think your person is still with this person, you know, because we're not sure if there's been an ending here, right? They stay because they're afraid to be alone. What's happening? What happened? What are we congratulating Krager's for? What did I miss? Ah! So listen, you have somebody here that's afraid to be alone. So if they're still in this situation, maybe it's because they're afraid to be alone. And if you are feeling these weird energetic things, it's because it's them projecting, right? You know, this is somebody you used to have a partnership with. There's a lot of chaos around this right now. But through the chaos comes that transformation. And that's what we keep talking about, right? It's like whatever is going on in the world right now, whatever's going on in your circle right now, in your particular life, whether this is love, whether this is work, whether this is friendships, there's chaos. The energy right now is chaos. It's trying to bring fear back up, sadness back up. But the thing is like you've already put this to rest, right? You've already put this to rest. And you're sitting in the energy of, I believe that something better is here. You know, you're using this energy of sadness. You're using this, you know, fear of being, you know, isolated, or, you know, fear of being alone. You're using all of this energy to create something, to level up. And that's where it's like that this faith comes in. You know, when we have faith, even through the sadness, even through the darkness, even through the pain, we all automatically sit in the energy of peace. You know, all of a sudden, when you realize, when we sit in that like 3 of Wands energy, where you're sitting in expectation for your ships to come in, all of a sudden there's a calm that comes over you. You're like, I'm not going to sit in this chaos forever. I'm not going to sit in that. You know this because your energy is constantly, you know, transforming. It's constantly upgrading, you know, but I do think today, especially, there has been a lot of pain that has resurfaced, things from the past coming back, sadnesses, you know, that we had to kind of look at again. And we're just being reminded, have faith, you know, have faith that this harmony is coming towards you. Use this energy, transmute this energy, use it for your betterment. For some of you, I mean, use it to create some kind of art. Use whatever these emotions are that resurface. Create something with it. Where is your gut leading you? Where is this heart leading you? What is it telling you to do? Because you're meant to use this for more. You know, whether it's people that you work with being, you know, side-eyeing you, or, you know, copying you, or turning their back on you, or whatever the scenario is, right? You're meant to take this energy and create something with it. Yeah. You got people watching you, though. I love it. It's that person. You always have people watching you because you're meant to create something. You're meant to create something. You're meant to use these ideas. You're meant to use this energy. You're meant to use this as a, it's to inspire you to create something. your story, your art, your words, whether you're writing something, whether you're writing music, whether you're playing music, you're meant to use this energy that comes up to create something, you know? And I do think it's to help other people that are going through it as well. You know, that's so funny that we want to talk about love tonight, and love hasn't really come out. It's more about working through the energy, working through the healing, which I think is incredibly important. You know, but it's funny when remember that week where every time we wanted to talk about something else, love came up constantly. And it's like right now we can't talk about love fully unless we go through the healing. It's so important though. And you know, it's kind of just telling me, like, I think all sides, both you, the people on your mind, the person that's coming in for you, everybody is going through a moment right now that is causing them to really go within and reflect, and really see where they are on this journey. Like, what do I need to fix? I think there's a lot of that going on. I will tell you though, I think we're about to go into some eclipse seasons, kids. So if you didn't get rid of it now, you're about to. We'll cross that bridge when it comes out. Oh my God. I do. I think we are about to go into some kind of eclipse season. All right, I'm going to pull a couple of these twin flame love messages. I mean, yeah, it's going to happen. Whoop. Yeah, I'm telling you, your person's going through inner child healing. Twin flame. Okay, so I think both parties are going through a lot of healing, a lot of karmic battles. This is putting these last little bits of those karmic cycles to rest, basically, is what's going on. You know, so that's why you're dealing with things, they're dealing with things. It's a little bit of a volatile energy right now. Yeah, they're really working on themselves. Alyssa's like, oh, I saw those kids. Wait, what? Yes, look. You both are going through so much change. You both are going through like this energy of bettering yourself. You both have this amazing divine guidance right now. You know, you're both listening to that, you know, and it's like you're realizing, and I think it's both parties are realizing that the divine is working behind the scenes for both of you. You know, you're kind of watching everything unravel around you, but it's ultimately leading you guys back together because you both are working so hard on, you know, changing how you look at life, changing how you look at yourself, you know, working through these illusions, right? You have this person that is like, they can't get you out of their mind. You know, this person constantly thinks about you. They're letting you know, like, I'm seeing through all of this and they're coming back home is what they're saying. Like, I'm telling you, this person looks at you as home. They want to open up. They have something to say. Message of love. There you are in a crown again. This person has put you on a throne, honey. You ain't even on a pedestal anymore. You on a throne, okay? Like, they see you as it, which is so funny. You're the same person that they left out on the side of the road, cold, wet, in that storm, you know, but now they're like, oh, she's a queen. She is a queen. There's a surprise coming. Okay, so you have a surprise on the way. I will never stop trying. Yep. They're going through it, kids. Okay, let's talk about this changing. Oh, they're moving forward. Yes, they are. I will never stop. Oh, yeah, they're coming in. They're definitely choosing to see things differently. So this is the Empress card. So they are looking at you as creation of life. Like, you literally create life for this person. They are embracing this, you know, they're like, this person is my life. This person is it, You know, that's why they're really working on their health, how they come to life with a healthier attitude and mindset. Yes, this is something like they want you to be open to the unexpected, right? This is like that Page of Pentacles. So this person is literally coming up with plans, you know, and I do feel like this is coming from that divine guidance. They're coming in and they really are, they have some ideas of how they want to do this, especially with this surprise here. Yeah. The illusion was this juggling, right? That they couldn't find their footing. I feel like this person was overwhelmed. You know, this Two of Pentacles energy, you know, this is a lot about, I would say, they're embracing the change now, right? Because it can be about like choosing. It can be about making decisions. But it's like they're no longer juggling, right? That's part of this letting go of this illusion. They know that they need to change. They know that they need to find balance. They're choosing one or the other, right? So obviously we know, like, in their mind, they're choosing you. Yeah. And they have been. You know, it's this is the Hierophant. This is somebody who could be talking to somebody about how to make this happen, right? Because it's talking about mentoring others. This is somebody who wants to open up. So maybe this open up card is them actually talking openly, and it could be with, you know, some kind of counselor or some kind of best friend or something, because they're realizing, like, I really need you, you know, and that's it. It's like they're coming up with these plans. They're really thinking it through. They don't want to put you as an option anymore, you know, with this like Seven of Cups energy. I will tell you though, this is a lot about, Seven of Cups can also be like dreaming, fantasizing, thinking a lot about this particular thing. So while they were in the idea or in the period of indecision, it's like now they're very focused on making these dreams a reality. Interesting. Yeah, this person, it's like they're very determined. They're very determined to overcome this. You honestly make everything good with their soul again. And that's why, like, this is the Nine of Wands energy. So it's like that wounded warrior. They're going to keep going until they can give you this message, right? They want to keep going until they can get that message to you. Surprise. What is it? New beginnings. You know, Fool energy. This person, you may be surprised by what this person, you know, has to say, you know, or I do think they are bringing you a gift of some sort, but they're breaking free. Your person's breaking free. They're listening to their intuition. You know, they're aware of what they need to do to bring this balance, this temperance, this balance back. I like that energy. But I do think you have somebody that is choosing healthy, choosing a better mindset. Anywho, that's what I got for you guys tonight. I'm not going to keep you too long. But I hope that helped in some way. And maybe tonight was just to validate the fact that it's okay to have the emotions that we have, right? It's okay to have days where things good. I never know if what I say is helpful or not, but but you know, it's nice to know and feel validated in there's obstacles. There's days where it is welcome. I appreciate you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. You know, like the live, you know, do your thing there, you know, because it does help me over here. But I do think like today, especially just because there's been so many people that reached out, it was a difficult day. And to know that you're validated in those feelings, and then to also know like, hey, this is just part of the journey. This is part of the healing. It's okay to have those days, right? Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys so much for being over here. And then tomorrow I should be on again. I don't know what day I'm going back to my house. I can't remember when my family flies back in, but they have this really sick dog, and it can't be left alone. So here I am. Yeah, I'm sorry it's been a rough night. I'm sorry it's been difficult for a lot of you today. It does get better, and I do think this is that, that moment, that decisive moment where either you keep pushing forward onto what it is that you want, where you want to go, and keep moving towards, that new chapter. Because today seems to be that energy of the resurfacing of a lot of karmic cycles. And do you know what we realized today? We're strong. We're stronger than we were even 6 months ago, a year ago. We're not the same people. So we can take these moments and celebrate the fact of we have done so much work that we are able to look at this in a very balanced light. We're able to center ourselves, realize today wasn't a great day, but you know what it did show me? I've done a lot of work. I'm not the person I was. I have grown so much, and I'm able to move to this next phase, right? So I do think we do get visited sometimes by these events and these pasts and these people and situations in order to show us how far we have come. So if we can take that to today, yeah, we respect our boundaries, and we continue to push forward because we know that we're meant for more. We know that we're meant to have a better, something better. Here, I'll pull you a mantra. I'll pull a mantra. Let's wrap it up. You are meant for more, I'm a living testament that miracles exist. And I don't know how many of you had the day where you're like, I'm ready to cash out. But you know what? You're meant to be a living testament that miracles exist. So if you're going to be a testament for miracles, you better believe you're going to go through something. You know what I'm saying? You're going to hit that floor a couple of times and then something magical happens. But we have to believe in those miracles. We ourselves have to believe miracles are possible. So today may have been that test. Like, do you believe that there's a miracle that can come? Yes, you do. That's why you keep going. So you are that living testimony, that testament to miracles. The circles around me empower me. Make sure that you surround yourself with people that can pick you up when you're questioning these miracles. Make sure that you surround yourself with people who want to see you grow, who empower you and lift you up when you need to be lifted. Okay. Yes, you are. I am a living testament. Miracles exist. I experience once in a lifetime opportunities multiple times a day. So even on days like today where things are difficult, you still need to look at today and put it in your gratitude journal. Thank you for, and thank them for something. Thank God, thank the universe, thank your angels. Thank you for showing me how far I have come on my journey. Thank you for validating to me that all of this healing work has been amazing. Like, whatever you want to thank them for. It doesn't have to be a tangible item. It can be a feeling. It can be, the sunshine. It can be whatever it is. But you experience so many opportunities and blessings so many times throughout the day. And sometimes especially on days like today where you're feeling a little down, we have to take that opportunity to really thank God, the universe, and the angels for these beautiful opportunities that bring us more, right? My life is supposed to go well. And that's it. Your life is supposed to go well. So the more we thank, God, the universe, and the angels for the things that happen in our day, the more you're going to realize your life actually isn't too terribly bad. We're able to pick ourselves up. We're able to continue to move. We're able to see miracles really do exist. And I am that miracle. Okay, so your life is not going to be like today forever. You know, it's supposed to go well because we've chosen that for ourselves, and we are going to embody that energy. You know, I don't search for love. Love searches for me. Again, we are putting that energy out there. We are putting that energy out there. And so it is attracted to us. We don't chase, we attract, you know, all of those things. So that's where we are tonight, you guys. Thank God, the universe and the angels for something amazing. Like 3. I challenge you to 3 things. Like I always have like a gratitude journal of 3 things. What are you thankful for today? And realize tomorrow you're gonna have more to be thankful for, and more to be thankful for, and more to be thankful for. And the more that we acknowledge the blessings that come our way, thank you. I'm grateful for all of you guys. Are you kidding me? But the more things that you acknowledge, the more things you're going to have to acknowledge. So keep that in mind. We may do an activity coming up about, I don't know if we're going to do like that, like a gratitude bowl or a wealth bowl or something. They're both pretty similar. But anyway, we'll come up with like an actual thing that will help you through the day to acknowledge these blessings that come your way. And then to be able to like tangibly go back and look and be like, wow, that's a lot of blessings, you know? So let me work on that. But I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to go to bed, and I love you. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. I should see you tomorrow. Even if it's just for a minute. And, but you guys can always reach out, Hipsy, or email me if you guys have questions or need anything. Yeah, so that's where we are. Oh, yeah, I know, right? I mean, literally, and I've been wanting to do another video for like a wealth bowl, but I may call it a gratitude bowl. So, anywho, you guys, that's where we are. We'll work on it. I love you guys. And I thank you so much for being here. And don't forget to do your gratitude journal tonight, because I know today was a difficult day. All right. I love you. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.